Southwest Airlines, you are now free to move about the country. Only if you are that color. Yeah, so last night, Southwest Airlines kicked off a black Trump supporter for not wearing a mask. No, it's just really hard when you're wearing one of those stupid masks to eat your peanuts or to have a drink, and that's all this dude was doing. But he happened to have a Donald Trump Black Voices for Trump hat and a Trump 2020 mask on, and somebody got triggered, and this fucker got thrown off. And he was there for, working with a constitutional lawyer, and he was minding his own business. Eyewitnesses confirmed that was all he was doing, was just digging into his packet of peanuts. But that was a little bit too much for some flight attendant, probably, to handle. She couldn't see a large strapping black man and couldn't reconcile him actually, expressing a different opinion. But we'll dig into the story here. But one other thing, could you imagine? Well, I don't even think Biden has any merchandise that's not brought in by China and sponsored by Soros. But flip reverse the situation. If the guy was just sitting there, the black guy was just sitting there minding his own business, just, having his pre-flight snack and having a drink of water, and the moral outrage that would be happening from CNN, from your alphabet soup networks out there, that would be on every single page. And when I was doing some research for this, because I seen the video roll through last night, and only Newsweek, which is the source we're going to be using here today, and the New York Post were the only two places that were really writing about it. And yeah, I just couldn't imagine the fervor and outrage if it would have been a Biden 2020 mask and a Biden hat. But do you think Biden hats are actually just wigs and bad rugs? Because I don't know, I haven't seen a Biden-Harris hat ever, but 2020 is a weird time. A passenger wearing a Donald Trump branded hat and mask was offloaded from a he's a smart, articulate guy, flight after an airline said he refused multiple requests to wear a face covering. Not at all. In a statement, the low-cost carrier said the man, who was on the plane due to depart from Tampa to Dallas, was put on a later flight after providing assurances that he would comply with their mask policy. This is the world that we live in, people. The incident was filmed by conservative activist and lawyer Chris Ann Hall, who named the passenger as Philip Nidafon. Conservative activist and lawyer. She's a constitutional lawyer, by the way. And they were traveling to Dallas to give a speak on the Constitution, by the way. She said he was traveling with a member of her party en route to Amarillo, Texas, and claimed he was targeted by the airline staff because he was wearing a Black Voices for Trump hat and a Trump 2020 mask. I paused it here in the video where you can clearly see that he has the mask on there, and then, we can keep jumping ahead where you can kind of see, there's right there, you can kind of make it out. It's Black Voices for Trump, and there's the sissy bitch that works for Southwest. Southwest has a very good reputation of being a very good airline, and even the Chris Ann Hall here, she said that she's always had a great experience dealing with Southwest and has flown it for decades now, and this is the first time it's ever happened, showing that it's a much more political landscape now in every single aspect, and you can thank one side of the aisle for that. The video showed a man holding a bag of dried fruit and nuts while wearing a mask under his chin. He could be heard telling a member of the Southwest Airlines crew that he was not wearing the face covering over his nose and mouth because he was eating. It's really hard. I'll just get my prop again. How about that? You think that's easy? You think that's easy? You can't do it. You can't do it, kids. In a statement, a spokesman for Southwest Airlines told Newsweek, "Our reports indicate that the customer traveling on Flight 2632 with scheduled service from Tampa to Dallas was asked repeatedly by more than one employee at different times to wear a face mask." Contradicted in the video. I'll save you the video because God love Chris Ann, but she has the most obnoxious voice I've ever heard on a woman. She is your prototypical Karen, and if this wasn't for a actual righteous cause, I would be prone to be making fun of her, but she's a smart lady, and they were definitely on the right side on this one. The customer did not comply with our crew's multiple verbal requests, including while boarding the flight before seated. Therefore, the decision was made to return to the gate and reaccommodate him on a later flight to his final destination after receiving assurances he would comply with our face covering policy. We regret the inconvenience the situation created for all involved, but our crew must uphold the well-being and comfort of all passengers. Comfort is a big factor in this one, because I also watched, prior to making this video myself, I watched another interview on the Rubin Report channel with the two people here, with Carrie Ann and Chris Ann and Phil, sorry. And they said that everything that was shown in the video was absolutely accurate. There wasn't anything that happened beforehand. There were no verbal warnings that this was all made up. Even the guy who came in, he was a supervisor for the shift, for the crew that's working for Southwest, and he wasn't there. He was just the supervisor. He was the guy in charge. He came in to escort Philip off the plane because he wasn't wearing his face mask. It just seems mighty convenient. And honestly, as racialized as everything gets, you'd think that a black man being taken off of a plane for false accusations would be bigger news, but of course you're not going to hear it from anybody else, because the only diversity that they care about on the left is racial diversity, is sexual diversity, is these stupid immutable characteristics that you can't control and you really have no say over. The only type of diversity, and I've said it a bunch of times on the channel here, the only diversity that matters is diversity of thought. And because you are on the wrong side on this one, Phil, yeah, guess what? You're off. And there's no repercussions for the racists at Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines started off as just a budget airline, and they had no first class, no economy class. It was supposed to be the budget airline, and everybody has great fun. You just sit wherever the fuck you want, first come, first serve, and I would just look for Southwest to start making sure that Trump supporters sit at the back of the plane. But that's just a quick little piece of information here, so be well aware of this is coming to a lot more airlines, and this is coming to a bunch more venues. Bunch more venues? Fucking stupid ass. Many more venues, great venues. If y'all don't stand up for your rights, if you don't stand up for your beliefs, if you know that you're being wrongfully prosecuted, get the evidence and cause a fuss. Start using those leftist tactics against them. Not the burning and the destruction part. We'll let them hang themselves with their own rope on that one. Anyways, that was just a quick one, so I thank you all for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.